another edition of Your Father's Story. So, maybe the last question I do for today. So, question is, what advice do I have about taking care of yourself, about staying healthy as you get older? Yeah, it's pretty simple. Just don't stop. Just keep going. So what does don't stop, keep going mean? Don't stop moving. Do things that you enjoy and continue to find new things that you enjoy to do that keep you moving outside, preferably. Can certainly do a lot of interior stuff, working out inside and Pilates and all that good kind of thing. But the main point is whatever there's no right or wrong thing to do, but doing the things that bring you joy. Because I'm telling you, a lot of people are scared, or they have this very odd misconception that working out or eating healthy is it's a sacrifice. It's a sacrifice to of time. Maybe it takes so long to go hiking or go for a walk. I don't have that kind of time. I have to work, or I have to do whatever bullshit excuse that people have. Because it's bullshit. Because your health, not just your physical health, your mental health, your emotional health, your financial health, all of these things come into play. It's part of the overall just picture of your life, and it's very important to make all of these aspects of your health the number one priority in your life. Because if it's not the number one priority, how can you expect to excel in any aspect of your life if you're not paying attention to your health, right? So, for me, it's definitely became fundamental to who I am, especially as I've gotten older. It's much more of a focus than it was when I was younger, and probably for a lot of people too, especially when we're younger. We're used to doing, if you think about in grade school, we're running around outside making friends, we're, laughing, playing. We're not, exercise isn't a thing. It's part of our everyday, and it brings joy to us. And then there's this time between, I don't know, maybe middle school, high school era to working college years, where people stop playing. They stop going outside to have fun, which is really, I think it's a detriment to our overall society that we forget to do those kinds of things. And it shows in our obesity rates and our health rates. It shows all the way across the board. So, kind of getting back to the main question, what should you do to, what tips do I have for health? Just staying after it, making it the priority of your day. And starting out, usually doing things the first part of the day, and going back to overall health, mental health, start out with meditation, with journaling. That's a great way that a lot of people start their day, especially the very extremely happy people, the intentional, successful people. It's generally how they start out their day. Focusing on mental health and physical health. So just getting up and getting moving, whether that's through yoga, through going on a walk. Walking up a mountain is literally my favorite thing to do, is grabbing a sandbag, taking some weight, and walking up a mountain is probably my favorite way to start the day. Going for a bike ride, it really doesn't matter. There's so many different ways to move your body, to get your lungs going, to get the blood flowing, and it just makes everything better. So just staying after it. Probably some of the more important parts too, especially as we get older, is um, to surround ourselves with people who have that type of mentality. So, um, obviously, I'm one of those people, and um, people, it's really great because a lot of my friends that maybe want to, bring up their physical health or get into shape even just for a day, they'll give me a call and we'll just go on a good hike or a good walk. And I really appreciate that, and I enjoy doing that kind of stuff with my friends. But, when you start to surround yourself with people like that, it just becomes like this, like I talked about earlier, like this positive feedback loop. It just keeps happening and keep happening. And I'm busy all the time. And even if, I don't get a phone call from a friend, or if I just want to go out by myself, I go out, and I'm doing this right now. I just went on this is, I don't know, this will probably be like a 25-mile bike ride today. And I just felt like going on a bike ride and moving. And I feel great. All the pleasure chemicals are kicking off. I'm happy. I'm smiling. Like, life is good. So those are the tips. Stay moving. Stay, surround yourself with people who are like-minded, who also want to keep moving and who are very health-oriented. All good things. And probably something that needs to be addressed more than anything is nutrition. I mean, my diet and what I do, I'm plant-based, but I do eat wild animal meat. Uh, and that's something that's pretty important to me. People give me shit and make fun of me about it, and that's okay. Uh, but the main point of me being plant-based and only eating wild meat is because I don't want a bunch of shit in my body. Like, really, that's what it's all about. Is I just don't want a bunch of shit in my body. I want to live long. I want to have a high quality of health. If I have a high quality of health, that means that I'm probably going to live a long, good life. More than likely. I mean, if nature takes its place, then, short of having a traumatic injury or accident or some kind of disease getting me, I'm trying to obviously avoid all of those things. Hopefully I live a long, high quality life. So I hope you take some of this to heart, and that you start to institute this earlier on in your life. It doesn't really matter if you start when you're older, as long as you start, because at least at that point you're being very conscious of where you're at, and it becomes a domino effect. Things start to work out in your life as far as health goes when you start to make those decisions. So, anyways, that's what I got. Have a great night. Love you. See you in the next one.